Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where we are in a very bad situation because this is Pickle Park, or just Pickle Park, and yeah, we're having a bit of cash issues. Maybe we bought too many whiskies in the park, or maybe we didn't and we are just over ambitious. And I think the latter actually, to be honest, but well, you know, a good amount of ambition is never a bad thing, you know. A lack of would be much worse. Now, speaking about ambition, my ambition is to build yet another coaster right next to this one. But that's not gonna happen. I mean, we struggled to squeeze out this simplistic, well, unimpressive coaster with, well, close to 4 grand. And I think that building a better and bigger one with only 750 bucks is not going to happen. So yeah, we need to shift focus a little bit and build other stuff. Other stuff being gentle rides, for example, and thrill rides. We do not have that many of them. And water rides, though they are also expensive. Is there... Well, I think we can manage to get ourselves out of this. I mean, this coaster should start generating loads of cash. Now, what I want really is something for these go-karts to go around. I mean, they have a ship. What are they gonna have? Well, they're gonna get something. Question is, what though? I do have something in mind, which is this, you know, the observation tower. The thing is though, I could build that over here. Would be a very nice spot indeed, but hooking it up to there? Nope, not gonna happen. So we need to hook that up all the way over here. But, you know, I just said how this should go down all the way there. We're gonna have crazy long queues and exits. Not really what I had in mind. So perhaps we... Well, the other thing we could do is we could hook this thing up to over there. I think that is the smarter option, really. So, yeah, alright, we are going to build it. We just need to terraform a little bit for it, right over... Well, actually, I don't think I really need that much terraforming. Well, maybe I do. Can I? No, I cannot build it there. I cannot build it there either. I should be able to build it over here though, if I remove this bush. There. Alright, nice. So we have ourselves a start. Look. And we now have the mine train coaster. Very good, very good. Things are going well for Pickle Park, aside from finances. Oh man. Yeah, finances aren't really our strong point. Now, we're going to terraform these in the terrain over here. Like this. And I know the terrain looks like crap at the moment, but that will all get sorted eventually. So don't worry, it's in control. Although not at the moment, but it will be at some point. So that should fix it. I know we're splurging with money a bit, but I do want to get this right. So there, got that sorted. Queue line for you, and there we go. Look, now we need to go up quite a bit of height actually. I think 2 more. So we go over there, and then yeah, that hooks it up. Now, oh man, we have a horrendous queue for an observation tower, if I'm honest. This is like the worst ones I've built. Oh, you know what we could do though? Oh yeah, I got a plan for that. What we're going to do is we're going to expand the main infrastructure some. There, that should make it a little bit easier for us to hook up this exit path that we're having, or that we're building over here. There, that's a lot better. Now, we will quickly get some benches. Not that the observation tower needs them, but still, you know, we need to have an all-in interior. An all-interior. And there, that's finished. Now then, time to set this one up quickly, right? Oh, and look at this, look at this. I think that, yeah, there's plenty of folks wanting to go on this coaster now. Is it making money? Yeah, it's actually a bit underwhelming, the amount of money it makes, I must admit. How are you doing? You got 60%. You got a lot less though. I don't know what that is. I mean, it has good ratings, right? I don't get it. Ah well, I guess once we have another coaster next to it, oh man, then, you know, the people will flock to this like crazy. For now, we are first going to worry ourselves with this one. You, 10 minutes, yes, yes, open up, $5 as well. Now another thing that I might want to do is check the pricing on our rides, you know. Well, I know I just changed like these, and these to be, well, free, so I guess always have something to do, but, you know, perhaps we should also check out... Oh, okay. So it seems that pretty much everybody is going on to all the rides. Wow, that's amazing. Nice, nice, nice. And look at the free stuff as well. I mean, they're digging it, man. 660 guests, and there are a lot more coming, though there are also a lot leaving. This park's going to be difficult, I can tell it already. Am I saying, whilst we have half the amount of guests that we need, while we're only in year 1 still. So, alright. Now, this is opened up, it's named, everything's sorted for it, except for the staff. So, we're gonna get more staff, so that this area is kept clean, very important. And, yeah, you need to patrol over there. Good. Now I also think that we could do with an extra loose mechanic, and perhaps also with a guard. You know what, we'll leave the guards out till we have some vandalism for them to actually patrol for. I mean, otherwise it's just a waste of money. If there's no vandalism, they're not needed. Now, because this is a tower and it's tall, we're going to call this, yeah, what whiskey, I mean... Well, I know one. I mean, the Macallaghan has a typically very tall bottle. You know, it could be seen as a tower. I mean, especially when it's like right next to a Glen Roth, which is more or less like a big drop. So, yeah, this is going to be the Macallaghan. Oh, crap. How do I write it? Can't really tell from over here, so there might be a typo in this one. Wait, hold on a second. Wasn't there like an H somewhere? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We're going to call this the Macallaghan with the fries and the milkshake. Whiskey in a milkshake. Blech. The thought alone is enough to almost make me throw up. But I'm not going to. So now the Macallaghan. The Macallaghan, by the way. There it is, you know, a tall tower. Now, this is going to be, well, I have the Macallaghan Amber, so why don't we try and see if we can recreate that a little bit. I mean, this is, I think, the most representative color for it, along with, like, these green lines. And then perhaps a white... Ooh, white... Oh, the white tiling, man. That looks actually rather good. I like it. And then we're gonna go with a dark green roof and... Yeah. This could very well be the Macallaghan. Yeah, it's good. Alright. It's approved by me. That's the most important thing. Next though, we need more rides, because right now we cannot build another coaster yet. So the plan is, you know, perhaps we should also invest a little bit more into this area. Perhaps? I don't know really. I mean, the thing that we're missing over here is a coaster. I first want to build one over here. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna build yet another gentle ride, and it's gonna be the maze. And we're gonna build it on top of this flat area, so that the coaster can go around and above it. Now we can actually build the maze quite far out. You know what would be really cool? If we could have a maze that goes around over here, and then have like a 3 wide, and then we can... Oh man, we're gonna build a maze. It's not going to be a brilliant maze in the sense that the design is going to be complicated and difficult or anything, but man, is this going to be cool. Oh yes, this is going to be very, very cool. Now, let's see. I want to be over Okay. And then I need to be all the way up there. Then like this. Yes. There. Oh yeah. I mean, if you by now know me and my building and what I typically do, you might already get an idea of what we're going to do with this maze and this space that I just left over there. Anyway, it's going to be glorious once it's finished. Oh man, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be brilliant. More than brilliant, it's going to be bloody amazing. Now, let's see. There. Now, basically right now I'm just filling up the maze really, you know, just making sure that we have something that the guests can walk in, get lost in and all that. But really, I mean, it was the outer shape that was the most important thing, so we got that covered already now. Look at how cool this is. I quite like this. Oh, yeah, no, that was a coaster, I knew that. But man, should this add to the ratings. It really should. Man. There, they can never enter it. But no. We won't do that. We won't do those cheesy shenanigans. But yeah, this is the maze. Pretty oddly shaped, huh? I mean, usually we don't build them like this. But for this one time, we do. Now, let's hook this one up. I mean, the maze always has a short queue with me because you never know how long the guest will stay in the maze. So what I don't want is a long queue and then it turns out to be the most complicated, very difficult maze for the guests to navigate. So therefore it's always a short queue. But oh man, this is all with the future coaster in mind really. So now, crank this up to the max. I mean, 4 folks. I mean, who in his right mind would leave the setting on like that? Well, unless you build a cheese maze. I mean, you can cheese the game with a 2-tile maze with just one path leading straight to the exit. The guys won't mind it, you know? I mean, they just think it's as cool as any other maze, but really, I mean, no. Now, brick walls or wooden fences? To be honest, I think brick walls will fit this park rather nicely, so... Now, for the name of this maze, it needs to be at least whiskey or whiskey related. We could call this Highland Park. I'm not really sure. I don't know if that is actually a whiskey, so... Yeah, we're not going to. Instead, why don't we call this one the... yeah. Now, I know plenty of names that I do not want to give to this maze, so... yeah, why don't we call this the... I'm gonna, because it's a maze, you know, and I don't think mazes are that great, I'm gonna kind of give it like a cheap whiskey name. So, I'm thinking about cheap whiskeys. As to my surprise, I don't know those that many. Alright, yeah, I do know one. A very bad one. One that you cannot drink without some good coke. But there, Barrel 69. You know what? We're gonna make it Barrel 96. Oh yeah, there. Good. So, that's that sorted. I mean, this, I don't know, I don't think a maze can actually break down, but still, you know, we'll set it to 10 minutes, just because. Now, let's get the benches out there. Right, so that's another ride that we got right now, and look at our money count. Now, of course, I do have this one space over there, and that is for a reason. Look, we're gonna build a fountain in there. Look how cool that is. Oh yeah, pretty cool if you ask me. We're also gonna build a few trees around here because it's a maze. Well, actually, I mean, I just think it's cool to line the, the outskirts a bit with trees. It doesn't need to be symmetrical or anything. I mean, I'm not that OCD about it, but just some cool trees there. Obviously not over there because that serves a purpose, but yeah, this should be quite alright. Now, we have 2 grants. That's not enough to get ourselves a coaster. So what else are we going to build? I'm thinking that by now it is high time that we build ourselves one of these water rides. I'm thinking though we should go with the cheapest one. Oh, okay. That is actually the water slide. Though that needs to be quite long, but I do tend to build all the other rides really long as well. We have that one already, so we could build the slide. And thinking about the slide, I think the slide, it would be quite cool if the slide has a station over here, goes up to over here. Perhaps instead of a coaster we can actually have a slide. I mean, there's a massive hill over here. It could take a great benefit from it. We could even build... No, I'm not gonna build a duo slide, by the way. I mean, I've just thought about it for a moment, but I'm like, nah, no. But the slide's definitely gonna be here, and for that we do need to expand this path, because that is where we're going to hook the slide up to. So yeah, let's do that first, so that we have some, you know, infrastructural roadworks. Oh man, you just escaped that. Lucky you. Today is not your day. Oh man, you handy dude. I mean, you had an angel on your shoulder, or rather, a tycoon, perhaps. That would mean that I was sitting on his shoulder. I don't know, but I don't think that's that healthy for him and me. So, yeah. Right, and this is the path. Now, of course, we do need a handy dude there, but we will get that sorted all in due time. First, the slide. I'm thinking of building it like over here-ish. Oh, or maybe actually not on this tile, but on this tile. Perhaps it would be best if it was just bordering over there, so it would be more over here, or... You see, the thing is, what I'm trying to work out is, how can we best use this hill? I think we should actually keep the station back a little bit, because when the lift is about here, I think then it will more or less be at max height, because I do want to reach the maximum height available with the slide. Doesn't need to be that special afterwards, really, as long as there's a freaking big, massive, skull-cracking drop in it. Yep. I mean, I'm all up for the safety of my guests, as long as they get skull fractures. Oh man, sometimes I'm so evil. Now, if we go back over here, where do we end up? Oh, there's actually the footpath in the way. Right, of course, how could I forget? Now there won't be. So we will remove these. There. Alright, that's good. Now, this is what counts. How is this going to turn out? In terms of... Ooh, that's very interesting. I think we might be spot on over here, actually. Because right now we can make a turn without worrying too much about troubles and all that. Then we can have ourselves a very sharp drop. Then we can have ourselves... No, we cannot have ourselves that. But we can have ourselves this. This is already enough to guaranteed crack some skulls. And then the other big drop is only icing on the cake, if you ask me. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. Oh man, I'm so evil. I'm almost treating this as if it were a coaster. Yeah, it's a shame though that, I mean, that's the path that we're running into, so it's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is, really. Now, we of course do want to go over there, but I do think that if we do it like that, you know, with the open curve, we will run into crashing issues. So we'll then do it like this, and with an S-bend we should be more or less above the station, which is... well, more or less also where I want to be. So more or less, less or more. Now, this needs to be over there, which actually leads me to think perhaps I should hook it up over there. No, not going to. We're going to have a long queue for this one. I know that's not the best, but I mean, really, I don't think we have much choice. Let's be honest. That over there, good. Now it is time to see this one back to the station. So we will have to get to height 9. Wait, hold on a second. I'm leaving that way too long closed. So, height 9, which is where we're at right now. And that is bad. That is bad. Alright, perhaps this S-bend over there wasn't the most brightest of ideas I had. This could... Oh, crap, I'm doing it. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, that one's cheap. That one's gonna crash. I don't need one tile to be closed. This is how I need it, and then you need to be gone. You can be opened up. Look, done. Right, test ride me this slide and give me the results. If everything is going right and the way I want it to go, this should be a fairly profitable ride. And because we're gonna go with a pretty long queue, this one should also be able to get quite a few guests inside it, which is something that might actually be quite interesting to to try as some kind of strategy. That is just to see if it's valid to just store guests in queue paths. I mean, it's just something that I just came up with right now, but I think it's worth a try at least. Now let's see, I need to queue up the easiest way. Yeah, that would be just like that. Right, good. That's a lot more like you over there. Radio. Okay, so now this is testing. I do believe that. All right, so it already made pretty much a full round. We should now have test results. Do we? Ooh, oh man, 70 kilometers and 5 drops and a very short ride. Yeah, this is good. It is the most simplest of slides I've built in a while. I mean, I think in total there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 curves in it. That's an abysmal number of curves really, but yeah, and we need a handy dude for this new area, which we will also get. But yeah, I mean, 6 curves is abysmal. I mean, that's just a long straight, really. But with the drops, that should add quite a bit of ratings. So, how are we going to name this slide? I do have a name in mind. Because this is heavy. I mean, this hits the head. It will give you a headache. It's like, boom, skull fracture. And I know just the name of a whiskey to give to this one. It's also water related, and, well, it's called Cool Isla, or Cool Isla, I think. But we need to make, Cool Island. No, but I don't really know how to give our own twist to this. Well, other than making it Cool Isla. But that's not coal. Oh, I know one. We can make this a Cool Isla. Or Eli it is. Alright, you know what? Cool Eli. Cool Eli. Alright. Anyway, that's a hefty whiskey that once you drink it, you will immediately recognize which one it is if you drink it for a second time. I mean, that taste is unforgettable. So, there. Pretty cool name. For a pretty cool ride that will leave a memory, if you remember it. Oh man, I mean, boing, boing. It's only 2 times actually. It's a shame I couldn't add like a third of... I could have, but no, I didn't. It's a good thing I didn't. I think a few curves will add nicely to the ratings. So, now for the coloring of this. Yeah, so how are we going to color this? I think that we should go with a bit of a dark green. It's a big ride, so this is important. And then a light brown. Or could we go with golden? Golden inside. I don't think we could go with the golden inside. We could go with the golden outside and then a lighter green inside. I mean, the bottle of Cool Eli is green after all. The type of green isn't really here. No. No, no, no. That... yeah and no, really. I think the grey actually looks the best in this case. So, and right now we are going to give them blood red dinghies, so the guest's blood isn't really noticed that badly. However, I am curious to the ratings. Oh, isn't that shabby actually? Right, so how are we doing in terms of pricing for our rides? I do want to know, because we might need to adjust a few things here and there. Though it seems to me that the pricing is actually rather adequate, so yeah, I don't think we need to change all that much. Though this coaster, ooh, look at the popularity, look at the guests, look at the profit as well, man. Nice. Alright, so let's get the view back to normal. Now, the thing is, I mean, right now, this still is not enough cash to build ourselves a new coaster. I want to, but no. No, I should wait with that. So we're going to build yet another ride, but I'm thinking of building that ride like over here. And I do have one in mind. However, I also think it wouldn't be such a bad idea to extend the path over here, you know, the main path, just a little bit to like this tiny, wow, you know, thingy of water, this tiny extension of the lake. So, yeah, let's get that done first. And then hopefully, you know, once we got this covered, then I feel like we should be more or less in a position to build our coaster. I mean, you know, that one coaster that I wanted to build like so long ago. Oh, wait, what? Hold on a second. Bobsled coaster. Have we got? What have we? Oh my good lord! I left it. Oh. Though, I'm not going to build a third rodent coaster. No, that's not going to happen. So it's going to be a bobsled coaster or a mine train one. No Virginia Reel, that's bad. Right, eggheads, enough roller coasters for now. Give me more thrill rides, please. I mean, really. Oh man, this is bad actually. A Virginia Reel or a wooden friction or a steel roller coaster, you know, plain steel. Yes, please. But this, not that happy and excited about it, but now well. Anyway, we got ourselves the path. Let's quickly, you know, make it as if it were an integral part of the park, like this. There. And yeah, here's the ride that I had in mind for building, which is a gentle ride, and it is the slide. The slide is small, the slide is cheap, it's on a hill as a lighthouse. I mean, everything's perfect for it, really. Over here we can also give it a reasonably short queue. Actually, perhaps I might want to change this around to over there. And then use a shared exit system over here. Well, that's it. Oh man, sometimes I can be clever. Not always, most of the times I'm not, but sometimes I'm so clever. There, shared exit. Pretty smart. Now, we also need this, which is going to be green, of course. And, well, a thing about the size, I mean, it's nice if it's small, but it shouldn't be unnecessarily small. So I think that is fitting for a slide. I mean, it's a slide, there's nothing that special about it. So let's see. We need to charge $5 for this. Yes. Like we do with all new rides, and this one's no exception. We're gonna allow the max folks on it, 10-minute inspection, single ride per admission. Sounds good, sounds fine. Open it up. Now, this slide, alright, because, well, I don't really know. I was about to say a thing. Oh yeah, I know. Really, I mean, I'm torn between naming this after my very favorite whiskey or after another one that I have only drank once, but it is on an island. However, my favorite whiskey is also more or less on an island, so You know what? We're not gonna go with my favorite whiskey. That has to be for a grand coaster in this park, not for a slide. So we're going to call this one the House of Scapa. Yep, very good whiskey actually, Scapa whiskey, but it is on an island. It is actually near a harbor, as far as I know, or at least that's what I once read when I first drank the whiskey. But yeah, you know, pretty cool, I think. Now, the Scapa, it is actually a rather unremarkable bottle and all that. So, you know, I think that I can more or less give myself the free leash in terms of coloring. You know, I don't think I'm restricted to just golden brown, which is the what most of the park looks like. So how about we go with a classic white and red? I mean, I've gone with a few red themes, but so far it doesn't seem to be that dominant in the park, so... Or, what we could also do is a black and orange. Okay, we could not do that. I mean, it looks horrible. We could also go with the yellow and then the purple. This looks quite good, actually. Or perhaps this... Oh, yes, yes, I'm sold. We're gonna do it like that. With a red tile. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Phew. I thought for a moment that it had forgotten the name, but the House of Scapa has been saved. Good, good, good. Now, we do need stuff here, you know, handy dude, just to keep this new section clean, but this should already be covered by, yeah, by an existing handy dude, just as I thought. Yeah, I think this will be okay, because I know some vomit will be over there, but still, you know, I mean, this handy dude will help out some on that exit. I mean, it is his ride, more or less. I mean, he'll be seeing this tower a lot. So, there, pretty good, pretty cool, huh? Now, in terms of cash, I see that we now have 3 grands, and we have been building quite rapidly still. So I think that in terms of finances, this coaster over here is now ready to be built. But that and more all has to wait for next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.